Hello, I'm Cynthia Flowers and I'm CDW's SmartAdmin product owner. In this video, I will describe what SmartAdmin is, why we created it, and who benefits from it. I'll explain the role of the SmartAdmin team and demo how they interact with you, our customer, in the application. If you're watching this video as part of a live meeting, time will be allotted for some Q&A at the end. Thank you for watching. SmartAdmin. This one term refers to the SmartAdmin tool and a dedicated SmartAdmin team working in the tool and the service that CDW delivers via the product by the same name. SmartAdmin, the tool, is a custom-built scoped application designed on the ServiceNow platform. Its sole purpose is to streamline and standardize CDW's ServiceNow administrative support. During our years of providing ServiceNow administrative support to our customers, we have learned that a consistent delivery method and delivery tool significantly increases efficiencies for our SmartAdmin team while simultaneously optimizing our customer support experience so that they can get the most out of their ServiceNow platform and their partnership with CDW. The SmartAdmin team uses functionality built into the SmartAdmin application to minimize one-off customizations to the platform and maximize automation, consistency, reliability, and usability. The SmartAdmin team works in a customer ServiceNow platform to support out-of-box ticket types for platform-specific needs, which includes requests, incidents, problems, and changes. Built-in dashboards and reports provide information about how the team is performing with respect to volume of tickets and service level agreements. The team also supports a custom-built ticket type called a modification, or mod for short. As I mentioned a couple minutes ago, CDW's goal was to streamline and standardize our ServiceNow administrative support. To do this most effectively, we needed a way to deliver our support the same way every time, while knowing every customer's ServiceNow configuration will be unique to their needs. Our solution? SmartAdmin, which is essentially a CDW plugin we use to interact with users requesting modifications to the platform. Modifications, or mods, are created directly by platform users via a simple form. Mods can also be easily generated from an incident or request if it is determined platform changes are needed to complete those ticket types. The SmartAdmin team also can create mods when they identify areas of the platform that could be improved. We call these opportunities to improve, or OTIs for short. And just like for the out-of-box ticket types, the SmartAdmin team application's built-in dashboards and reports provide information about how the team is performing with respect to volume of mods delivered. Each mod created has a life cycle. The mod is created, prioritized, acceptance criteria is refined with user input, and ultimately approved before development can begin. Upon completion of development, the solution is documented, and then the mod moves to QA, where it is code reviewed, peer reviewed, and tested. Next, it moves on to user acceptance testing to ensure the solution delivered meets expectations. At any point in this process, the mod can be returned for revisions. When testing fully passes, the mod is scheduled for deployment via a ServiceNow change request ticket. Code for additional mods are bundled and deployed to production according to an agreed-upon release schedule. We have found a monthly cadence works best, but exceptions do exist from time to time. When the change request is complete, the mod is closed. Now, it's time for a quick demo to see the SmartAdmin application in action. In this demo, I will show you an end user's experience creating a mod and tracking it through its life cycle to completion. You will also see a SmartAdmin teammate's perspective as they work on the same mod and release it to production via change requests. I'll then share how the changes deployed to the production platform are documented via a release notes knowledge article. Finally, I'll show you how quickly and easily we can generate a mod from another ticket type and create a mod to recommend a platform OTI. This demonstration takes place on the ServiceNow Vancouver release. It might look like an older version because the Polaris setting is turned off, but that's so that as I navigate between the three different users, you can easily see which one I am based on the theme color. Abel, tutor, is the user representing the customer or end user and appears with the blue theme. In our scenario, Abel is also responsible for the problem management process area of the platform. George Washington is a SmartAdmin teammate that will be completing a development effort submitted by Able to improve problem management. And finally, Abraham Lincoln is another member of the SmartAdmin team that will be reviewing the development work that George does for Able. Now with that, let's get started. Back as Able, our end user, since I'm responsible for problem management, I need to create the problem management process area. I do that by going to Process Areas, click New, fill out the name, owner, and manager of the process area. Then click Submit. Next, I want to create a new modification or mod for problem management. I navigate to Create New Mod and fill out a few simple fields. I would like to add hint text to some fields on the problem record, and I just really like to have this in 2 weeks or by the 1st of the month. Once filled out, I click Submit. The new mod record is displayed with the data that I provided. If I navigate back to my problem management process area, I can see my new mod in the related list. Next, we'll hop over to our SmartAdmin team developer, George, to review the new mod to make sure that we understand what Able is asking for. The mod details were pretty straightforward, so we can quickly get this over to Able for approval before we begin development. We navigate to the Backlog tab of the SmartAdmin Support Dashboard. We don't see anything in the backlog, so it could be that this desired date is filtering out some of our records. Let's clear that. There it is. Time for our review. This is for problem management, for Able Tutor, and he wants to add hint text for fields on the problem record. He says this is going to improve the user experience. We agree. This is a pretty small effort, so let's put 2 points on this. George is going to go ahead and take ownership. And we'll provide some acceptance criteria that Able will review to make sure this is what he's looking for. Problem user, I can verify hint texts are displayed for problem record fields as follows. This looks good. Let's request approval. We can see the state is still draft and approval has been requested. At the bottom, an approval record has been generated for the problem management process owner, Able. Back to Able, we need to review this acceptance criteria and approve the mod so that George can get started on putting this new functionality in place for us. We'll navigate to our dashboard, My Modification Details, and we can see we've got an approval waiting for us right here. We'll click into this. Check out what George has suggested. Looks pretty good. Let's approve this. This is now ready for development. Back to George to get the development work done. We're going to navigate to the backlog again. We see that we have an approved, ready modification in our queue. Click on this and we can start development. This moves the mod to work in progress. When George finishes up his development, he's got some information that he's got to add to the mod before he can send this over for testing. Specifically, George needs to provide a test script, and he also needs to provide some technical documentation. He enters his update set and the changes that he made. With that information complete, George is ready to send this off for testing. The mod is now moved to the testing state, and we can see a test record has been created. George is not able to test his own platform changes, so finally, it's Abraham Lincoln's turn at the table. Abraham will complete QA on the mod, which is a peer review to evaluate the code and to test functionality against acceptance criteria. When George submitted the mod for testing, the modification test record, or mod T, was created for Abraham to record his test results. We'll assign this to ourselves and make sure we understand what we're testing. This is our acceptance criteria, and this is how we do our testing. We assume that Abraham tested things successfully and everything looks good. We pass this. Back to Able, we can see that the mod has moved into UAT. We'll quickly reload this form. We go back down to the mod T records, or the test records. We can see an additional test record was created for Able to do as UAT. Our process is very similar to what we did with Abraham. We simply review the acceptance criteria, the test steps, make sure everything's working as expected. Abel's happy with this. He passes the mod testing. We're now on the home stretch. Back to George. George sees that the mod is now ready to deploy. This means that all testing has passed successfully. George assigns a change request to this mod to identify when changes introduced by the mod will be deployed to production. During the change window, George would deploy the update sets for any mods included in the change and then mark the change complete. With our change closed, we now need to make sure that we mark all of our mods complete. We want to add some release notes to communicate why we made this change. Now that we have release notes populated on our mods, we can go into our change request and quickly generate a release notes knowledge article. A draft knowledge article is automatically created documenting what changes were deployed. I promised to show two final features: converting an incident to a mod record and creating an OTI record. Remember, OTIs are the CDW SmartAdmin team's way of sharing our own ideas with you to help you improve your ServiceNow platform experience. First, converting the incident to a mod. We locate an incident assigned to the SmartAdmin team. From any active incident assigned to that team, we can simply use the context menu to convert it to a mod. This updates the incident and copies details into the mod record. The incident is now on hold, awaiting a change, which we'll implement with our mod. That's it. Creating the OTI mod is just as simple. As a SmartAdmin team member, we simply create a new mod using the simple intake form that Able used. Notice that for a SmartAdmin teammate, we can see an OTI checkbox. Clicking this box prior to submitting the mod will flag it as an OTI in SmartAdmin reports. That's it. You now know what SmartAdmin is and why we created it. It's a product, an application, a team, a service, and a support model designed to create a successful support partnership and stable ServiceNow platform. I hope this explanation was helpful. Again, I'm Cynthia Flowers, the SmartAdmin product owner, and I would love to hear your thoughts and suggestions to help us improve this service to make it even better for you. Thank you.